Yes, yes, yes. Hello, good evening, everyone. I bet some of you that have seen the promo are already waiting and to be part of the storytelling tonight. And yes, last week I told you the story of Ijapa and Aja. That is the story of the tortoise and his very good friend, the dog. And yeah, when I was telling the story, I said to you that if you want to share your own version of the story, if there is, if you know that song or you remember it and you want to share it with us, that you should join me to be part of it. And today, I'm sure as you're looking on the screen, you're wondering who is that peeping with that peeping face. Well, and you know the drumming behind my stories. Now I want you to know who's been doing the drumming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. Thank you very much for that. So today is mom and dad that have come to tell you a story. Hmm? I said it. One of the things that makes it the family unites is when you all come together and you're telling these stories, teaching ourselves morals, teaching ourselves the lessons of life, and learning from, the different stories that we've been told as young people. And now we are now trying to pass it on to the younger generation too. So last week I told the story of the dog, and the tortoise. And after I finished telling my story, somebody
Your
told me,
version, your version of the
somebody told
story.
me I've only said my own version of the story, that that's not the way it
Mhm.
went or end and all that. But
No, no, no.
that is what
I
I
only told you.
remembered.
I only told you that I also have another version,
Okay,
especially towards the end of it.
agreed. So it's my own version of the Aja and Ijapa. That's the dog and the tortoise story that I told last week. So I want him to tell you his version. I'm not saying you should compare, but I'm saying listen, let's enjoy together. I call the family. Yes, I know it's almost bedtime for everybody, but it's the best time to listen to the allo, to listen to our stories, and then we can go back, we can go and sleep, with all this refreshing words and stories. So, yeah, over
Bed,
to you.
bedtime is the best time to tell
Tell
the
the story. I
stories.
like that. That's
Yeah.
a very good one. Bedtime is the best time to tell
The
a story.
story.
So now again, the song, if you remember it, is Ajá dúró ràn mí lẹ́rù pẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Tó o bá dúró ràn mí lẹ́rù pẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ pẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Á gbọ́ o, agbéwádé pẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Agbéwádé àgbà wá níṣu pẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. So, where is your version?
Well, I think I'll make it very brief, knowing fully well that we got only about 30 minutes on the
Yeah,
program,
yeah,
and we
just 30
spent about
minutes.
4, 3, 5, 7, 10 minutes already. Well, I'll make mine very brief. I'll like you to just recollect how the dog got to know that despite everything, he was able to maintain good and healthy life with his family because he was able to find a particular farm far, far away in the land of men.
Hmm.
Now, the tortoise, being who a
Yes.
trickster that he is, realized that how come this is happening to my friend? He went ahead to tell the dog that, oh, my friend dog, do you know that I've been very, very hungry? This will be the 15th year that I've not eaten. You know what it is? A lot of hyperbole, exaggeration. Oh, you can't tell me that it's 5, 7 years that you've eaten last. I saw you before the famine started. Oh, yes, well, that is exactly how I'm feeling. Now, the story is this: how can you help me to help my family too? We are starving. Then he said, if that is the case, would you keep short? Would you keep quiet? Would you be able to keep a secret? Uh, uh, Dog, My friend, you should know that I with in my mouth. I will not tell anybody in my life. If I tell, okay, I got that. Now, can you just have these two tubers of yam and get some fruits? Take that and pawpaw. I know you love pawpaw so much.
Mm.
Take that to your family. After eating, feasting, they were really excited. The tortoise came back again and eventually he said, "You know what? If you should feed me for one day, you've only given me food for one day. But if you
Mhm.
should teach me how
Out.
to fish, it means you have fed me for the entire life I have ever spent." Then the dog said, "Well, yeah, it's true that if we should feed a man for a day, if you should feed a man for a day, you give him food for a day,
Day.
you've only fed him for that single day. But if we should teach him how to fish, how to
To
fend
how
for
to get
himself,
food.
to get food by himself, it means to feed him for his entire life."
Mm.
The dog agreed and said, "Well, you've promised me that you won't tell anyone." Very early in the morning, very, very early in the morning, before the cock crows, make sure you join me,
Mm.
as narrated by
But now it was
Auntie.
willingly. It didn't go
No,
behind
no,
him.
no.
Oh,
It was
I
willingly.
only remember that he
Yeah.
went behind him. But it's fine. Go
Well,
on. It's your own version
that's the pepper, salt, and
that I
no,
added. No, no, no. It's
no,
it's
no, no,
all
no, no.
fine. This
That's
story.
your version. Yeah,
When you are telling
of
stories, it
course,
passed from one person to
to
the other,
another.
and that's why there are different
While it's
versions.
passing, it could drop some elements here and there. It could add some also. So
Okay.
eventually,
So
they got to the farm, and as usual, the dog was able to take a few that he could bear as a burden. He went on and was about leaving. He now realized that, oh, the tortoise is still there. Oh, what's
mm,
happening? Come on, hurry up. Let's go on time. Let's go on time. Make sure anything that you've taken are things that you really need
mm,
so that you
mm.
won't end up wasting any food.
They
Please
were
take
agreed.
whatever. And that's another thing among the Africans. They know very well if you should take what is able enough to sustain you, good, great. But if you should take too much,
Much more.
the farmer will be angry, will feel bad that you've actually wasted all his effort and you've cheated
They
him.
cheated him.
If you should take whatever is good enough for you to sustain you, good, that's fine. No one will really be angry because of that. But tortoise, as typical as he is,
Greedy.
greed. It
Greed.
took more than enough. It took so much that he piled tuber after tuber after tuber upon its shoulder, and it came like this.
And he couldn't
It
move.
couldn't move anymore. And after a short while, the dog realized that, oh, it seems things will get awful
Mm,
today. He ran away with the little he was able to get and went.
mm,
While while the tortoise looked around and realized that, oh, the dog is gone,
mm,
he now threatened the dog that if you don't wait, help me with my burden, then
mm.
I will make sure I expose you. And that led
So the
to
song
the
was
song.
actually a threat. So
Yes,
it was
a threat.
Ajá dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ tó bá dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ á gbọ́ o agbéwádé fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ agbéwádé àgbà wá níṣu fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀.
Well, they went on like that. And of course, the dog did not stop. You were wondering if the dog stopped. He did not
Mm-mm.
stop. He ran away, hid his face. And when the tortoise was eventually caught, he was terribly beaten. And he said,
So
no,
he was
no,
caught alone.
he was caught alone,
Oh, okay.
all alone
Not
because of his
my
greed.
own version said he was caught with. Go
Don't
on, go
compare.
on,
You are
go
the one
on,
comparing
go
now.
on, go
Now,
on.
he said, okay, you know what? Shemi Jeje, please
Mm.
be gentle with me, be mild with me. I'll make sure you are able to catch every rogue, every thief that has ever visited your farm.
Oh,
I'm not the only one who came here.
oh,
The dog was part of this. The dog, no. The dog,
really?
yes. Okay, whatever your case, your story is, we are going straight now to the
Oh.
palace.
Oh.
They went to the palace, and the farmers actually, because it wasn't the only it wasn't the only farm owner. Other farmers around came also.
Because once they
an
steal from one person,
an injury to one is
it's
an
an
injury to all.
all.
They went to the king after reaching the palace. And it will be very, very unfair for you to just hear a particular side of a story and not listen to the other side.
To the other side.
Now, the farmer narrated how things were stolen from his farm. At last, the chance came, and the tortoise said, "Kábíyèsí o."
That's greeting the royals
Yes,
in the traditional way.
the unquestionable king. I agree that I have done the wrong thing. I went to the farm out of hunger, and I was caught. But remember, I am not the only one that went to the farm. How would we know?
He snitched.
Yes. So he said, I am not the only one that went to the farm. I have never been to the farm. The farmer said, people have been coming, someone have been coming to his farm several times to steal. This will be my first time. Oh, this is my first time in my life. I have never eaten anything that does not belong to me. This is my first time. And people were really.
So he forgot his greed and was crying.
Well, they do, actually. They actually do. Oftentimes they do. At last, they listened to him and said, you are claiming that the dog was the one who took you to that farm. Yes, my lord. Yes. If that is not the case, I want you to make sure you pull the sword out of the shield and make sure that you unshield the sword while I'm watching, and you shield it back while I'm gone.
Let me say that in Yoruba. Tójú mi yọ̀dà. Àbí tójú mi yọ̀dà. Tẹ̀yìn mi kì í bọ́nú akọ. Àbí?
That is it.
Okay, good.
So fantastic. So eventually, the king said, "Akoda, Akoda." That is the guard,
the king
king's
executioner.
guard. Go ahead and bring the dog. Go ahead and bring the dog. The Akoda went there, and on knocking, bang, 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 bang on the door. Who is there? 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 The dog's wife was shouting, who is there? Who is there? The Akoda said, I am the one from the palace. Oh, sorry. Can I help you? We want the dog. The dog? Yes, the king wants the dog. His secret had been leaked. He was caught stealing. That can be. Before anybody came, the dog was wise enough, and he had his own plan too. Knowing fully well what they went through, and he was lucky enough to have escaped. He came home and prepared himself. How did he prepare himself? Just wait. I'll tell you again. But just before then, I think it's good for us to have
the song again.
The song went
again. Ajá dúró rọ̀bì lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ tó bá dúró rọ̀bì lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ á gbọ́ o agbéwádé fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ agbéwádé àgbà wá níṣu fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. I guess for those of you who don't know what that song was about, that was we're singing that in Yoruba, and what that was saying is the dog, the tortoise was singing to the dog that please wait, come and help me with these very heavy things I have got, and if you don't wait for me, I would shout, and the whole world will hear what we have done. The farmer whom we have come to steal from his farm will hear me shouting, and that will put both of us in trouble.
Big trouble.
So in a way, he was threatening the dog.
So Can you remember that I said the king's
The king's guard.
guard came to the dog
Dog's
and
house.
was about to arrest the dog.
Dog.
The dog
So
just
what did dog do?
the dog had his plan, and the plan was that okay, um, could you just see this? The beach. I mean, the female dog opened the door to the roomlet where the dog was staying. He had palm oil rubbed all over his face. It had one big um what was it, towel
Wrapped around
wrapped
his
around
head.
his head
Wow.
and was shivering like this. Was shivering like this. The king's guard said, "Come on, stop all those nonsense. We are going right now to the king. You are wanted at the palace. Everyone is waiting for you." And the dog said, "Oh, I think it's not a good thing for you to take me out like this." What do you
Oh,
mean by that?
what was he doing?
I've been sick since several days. I've not stepped my leg out of the hut here. Where are you taking me? The king wants you. The palace guard shouted at him. Okay, Toba Lashe. That is whatever the king
King
wants,
says.
says is it. So it went on dragging itself out, and before you know it, bro, the dog puked. He threw up.
Ooh, was he really sick?
Actually, don't tell anyone. No. This is a secret. I hope you can keep a secret.
Of course, you know
Very
me.
much unlike.
I keep secrets.
Very much unlike.
I'm not telling you what is going to tell me. So what is the secret?
The dog actually had two raw eggs in its mouth. One here,
Wow.
and the other one here.
Oh,
Yes. So it was the egg. Yes. So
wow.
when the palace guard was pulling the dog, so the dog was able to bite one of the raw eggs out, and it thought, oh, indeed, the dog is sick. Notwithstanding, Tobalashe, you remember, whatever the king says shall come to pass.
So he has to go to
He
the
has to
palace.
go to the palace.
Wow.
On reaching the palace, so the palace guard said, "Here is the dog." And on seeing the, of course, he knew very well that the tortoise was there being held.
Must have snitched on him.
I've told everyone what they did together. Now, the king said, "We've listened to the tortoise, your friend in crime, your partner in crime. Now, tell us your side of the story. I wouldn't want to bore you with what the tortoise said again. So, the dog now said, I have been very sick since all these days. I've been so weak that I don't even. He was able to bite the second
And then he did
raw egg and threw up. Everybody, oh! Yes, he threw up the egg. So, and people were really wondering, are you sure that tortoise?
There's no way he would have gone to the farm with it.
Instantly, the palace guard said, actually, king, when I went to pull him out of his house, the same thing happened to him, and which has been repeated now. It means indeed he is sick, and everybody were confused that indeed the dog was sick.
So he did not go with the tortoise.
It's not possible.
So the tortoise was lying on the dog.
Yes, the dog lies against him.
And who is now smart, the dog or the tortoise?
Well, that is left for the people
to tell us. Okay. And then the song again. Aja dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù, fẹ̀rẹ̀ kún fẹ̀ tó bá dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù, fẹ̀rẹ̀ kún fẹ̀ má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ fẹ́rẹ́kúfẹ́ á gbọ́ o agbéwádé fẹ́rẹ́kúfẹ́ agbéwádé àgbàwádìíṣu fẹ́rẹ́kúfẹ́. So what happened?
So, as the case went, the king decided that, well, for the fact that you've stolen what doesn't belong to you, well, somebody is already telling you that the dog was smarter
than the tortoise.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's an opinion.
Opinion.
That's a version.
Mhm.
You wouldn't know if that is the only version.
Go on. So tell us.
For the fact that you have stolen, taken what does not belong to you, automatically, you will witness the unsheathing of the sword and never had the chance of witnessing when yes. So the dog was let off the hook.
Ooh.
Yes. Because,
despite being a criminal too.
Well,
or was he not a criminal because he didn't take so much? Well, this is quite a lot of things that we need to reflect on.
And lots of lessons too.
Of lessons for us to actually go home with tonight. So who is wrong and who is right? What is wrong and what is right? Was it stealing? That is the main lesson, that it's wrong to steal. Was that the main lesson in this story that you've just heard? Or was it greediness that is not good? Because perhaps if the tortoise has taken just enough for himself and perhaps maybe just a little more for his family, maybe they would not have been caught. So should he have even snitched on the dog? Should he have snitched on the dog? And if what he was saying was actually the truth, was it now right that the dog was left off the hook? And these are the ways that as young children, we are told about the dynamics of life. We're taught about the morals, about how to look at issues, about the complicated circumstances that we can face as we grow up. Because things would happen in different ways, with different meanings, with different perspective, with different issues. And it is with stories like this that our parents teach us to understand how to deal with complicated situation. Again, remember the song. If you don't know it, or if you do remember that you've heard the song before, start thinking, yeah, tell that story to your kids today. Let them learn from it. Let them see what they can, take away to build on in their relationship with people, in the way they make decisions themselves. Again, the song is Ajá dúró rán mi lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. So bá dúró rán mi lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ á gbọ́ o agbéwádé fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ agbéwádé àgbà wá níṣu fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀.
Now let me just add one or two things regarding the song. You see, when the Yoruba say fere kufe, the real expression is fere tebangbo fere kufe eru la finda barawa. That is, fere kufe is like making audible but meaningless sound,
just to scare
that is
someone.
When you hear, people will tell you that Atebangbo fere kunfe eru lafinda barawa or eru lafinda bamojo. That is, whenever you hear the sound fere kufe eru lafinda barawa, that is, it's only meant to frighten you. Fere kufe.
That's another thing to take away, another thing to learn about language.
Yes.
Yeah,
stories are also meant to teach language.
Exactly.
From stories, you get to know the core meanings of some words. You also know some versions of it. You also learn your dialect. by
Hmm.
listening to those stories.
So maybe those who are asking me to tell the story in Yoruba language, that might be, a perspective to look at it from, because
And can I also
but
share
I can.
this? A lot of people must have noticed this. You see,
Your attire.
yes, I got shirts, and I got my agbada. See, it's a big combination. It's an expression of what is happening. We have to
Mm.
tell the folklore, the local language, not in the local language, but in English. So this is the English language
And this is
means
the
of
local
communication,
language.
and this is the
the
covering
world
itself.
the world is dynamic. The world is becoming smaller and smaller, just as it is becoming bigger and bigger every day. And we can't just lose these values. This the value of storytelling. Now we're telling the African folk tales, and we're sharing them. And I keep saying this: every folk tale in every culture a lot of time has got similar stories in other culture. And I'm still looking forward to the day I'm going to tell the Aduke Olokwewa story. It's very similar to the Cinderella story. I'm not telling that now, so just keep watching this YouTube channel, keep liking us, keep subscribing, call your friends, invite them. We would normally do this storytelling either on a Sunday night or a Monday night. So now it's still either or. When we're going to be very stable about when it will be, maybe it's going to be always on a Sunday night,
But
or
it will surely
yeah,
come to you every week
every
by
week,
God's special grace.
every week, and it will be from about 10 o'clock. So call when it just make sure everybody is eating, you're already settled in your cities, or maybe you're settled around the bed somewhere where after we finish telling the story, you can all just go away to your bed in a refreshing manner and have a very good night's rest. And with that, we've come to the end of the story today. We've not discussed the lessons. We will discuss the lessons from this story that you've just heard today, maybe just briefly for 5-10 minutes in the next episode. So, yes, share with your family, your friends, tell them about this wonderful thing we're doing online live. And please remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can always be part of us and you can help us promote culture, help us promote morals, help us promote storytelling to help our children live life in the best of way.
The
And
program is Family Folk
folk
Tales,
tales,
and of course, it's both on Facebook
book,
as
and
well as
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
So just look for Family Folk Tales. Remember to invite your friends, share to your family and friends, and press the subscribe. And thank you very much for listening to both of us today. I told you that storytelling should be told by either both parents, one of the parents, and what you've seen happen today is a story from mom and dad. Although I told my very beautiful version of it last
And I
week.
told my better version of it today.
Anyway, the most important thing is the lessons we're going to take away from it. So please, thank you very much for staying tuned. Please share with your family and friends and join us next week. Again, remember Family Folk Tales. It is about teaching the morals, it is about teaching good life lessons. Again, the song. Ajá dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Tó bá dúró rọ̀ mí lẹ́rù fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Má kígbe olóko á gbọ́ fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ á gbọ́ o agbéwádé fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀ agbéwádé àgbà wá níṣu fẹ̀rẹ̀kúfẹ̀. Thank you very much for joining, and see you next week.
Oh, I need to sleep now.
Yeah, good night.